Like, how did you even get involved in Pilates in the first place? Coming from the training background, did you ever have that stigma or perception around it that it was more for females rather than the blokes?
Yeah, always thought it's for the girls. I never thought I'd get into it, but it just happened that I had to start doing reformer Pilates. I was shooting an Adidas commercial for a new runner, and the brief was like jump over shopping trolleys, and because I used to be like a plyometrics guy,
Yeah.
um, and I broke my ankle in the first 10 seconds of the shoot. So um, I was in Sydney, went to the hospital, came back to Melbourne. It took ages, had a ligament reconstruction and all sorts of shit. But then had to start rehab, and that's when I started on a reformer. And this sort of goes back to what we were talking about at the start. Like, it was the first time I trained where I would finish a workout and I would actually feel stronger. Like, I felt better within myself, even just walking and moving, and just felt better from reform Pilates. And so from there, like, I fell in love with it. The problem was I always felt like I had to go for a run or do a HIIT workout or whatever to feel like I'd really achieved something within the workout. So the low intensity aspect is something I didn't like about it. And then my housemate at the time showed me this row former on Instagram, this studio that was in California. So I was just like, fuck it, I've sold my businesses. I want to try something else. And we just jumped on a plane, went straight to Newport Beach, and jumped in a class. And I tried this row former, this half rower, half reformer machine. And it was the craziest, toughest workout I'd ever done. But also I got that stimulus and those endorphins that I really needed as well. And then my business partner flew up from F45, so he flew up, he tried it, and we were just like, we got to get this back to Australia. So yeah, we negotiated the exclusive rights to the machine across Australia, New Zealand, Asia, and Canada. We now have the rights globally, which is great.
So with exclusive rights, does that mean there will be no competition? So you guys are the guys.
Yeah, they've had two studios in the States before that haven't worked, and it wasn't until I did a bit of analysis on why it wasn't working that we realised we needed to create a brand called Strong, and create levels of customer experience that would trump anything in the market. So just doubling down on things like music, lights, the fit out to some extent, the whole customer process from check-in through till they finish a workout. Everything had to be refined, but mate, I would put a lot of it down to brand and just throwing the brand out there. Like, not having, I'll give you an example. 18 months ago, we had 3 studios. Today, we've got 33. We weren't able to scale without, like, we didn't have the financials, the history, any runs on the board aside from our F45 journey. And so we had to create this really epic brand, and we just threw the brand out there. My whole thing is people need to see it 5, 6, 7, 10 times. So we're on social media, we're doing PR, we're doing guerrilla marketing, there's so much referral stuff that's happening, and people are just hearing about us everywhere. And that's what's really kind of got us to today.